Marhaba and welcome to Mondays with Manal. This week I have a tongue twister word and topic that we're going to discuss. Interoperability. Now say that 5 times without breathing. As I was putting coursework around this specific topic, and you know, I love a good white paper, I ran across one from Accenture called Interoperability Value Untangled. So what exactly does this mean? It means when applications across your firms can easily interact with each other and exchange data. It creates not only a seamless experience, but what's the most important value? The most important value is that there is a single source of truth. As the article states, at its core, interoperability connects not just technology, but technology, people, and processes in order to achieve operational efficiencies, but also, strong working culture, communication, cross-functional, I would say, efficiencies, and really striving to reach an ultimate North Star for firms. It is so important to be able to adapt quickly. Technology made adoption of integration and synergies easier, but also extremely complex, especially when there's rapid improvements and changes happening quickly, right? And so in this unpredictable world, the ability to quickly adapt to new circumstances, adopt new technologies, and remain nimble has been challenged. It's also been challenged because you also have, as your firm grows, and we face this in large matrixed organizations. You also have separate budgets, separate department heads. You're dealing with your specific line of business, implementing technologies. But now, how does it all kind of come together and speak together? Not only the technology, how do the people come together, right? How do the processes intertwine together? And so this complexity is sort of becoming even more complex. As easy as it's becoming super complex. And the ability to untangle value from chaos and accelerate growth is why this is so important. In the article, it talks about a global research that was done. In the last 2 years alone, 1 in 2 companies have been able to transform, have had to transform multiple parts of their business at the same time, or execute large single transformations much faster than they've ever had to. And it's like, you're doing it, you're done, move on. New technology, new AI, new version, it's happening. And so the article coined a really interesting term, which I actually love. They call it compressed transformation. And are you ready? Is your firm ready for compressed transformation? Expanding on the value of interoperability. 1, transparency, breaking silos, which enables better decision making. Agility, the ability to transform multiple business functions at the same time. Highly critical in today's fast-paced evolution. Productivity, ensuring that there's efficiencies across the business. You don't have multiple individuals doing the same work, right? Clarity of job roles and eliminating ambiguity. Also, having this synergetic, more efficient sort of process also allows for less, back and forth and individual productivity, which highly critical. Customer experience. There's a quote that says, highly interoperable. I'm like messing this up now. Highly interoperable companies are 15% more likely to be able to improve customer experience when it is a priority. And the last and very important value, scalability. Interoperability creates in-context connections, ensuring that cutting-edge innovation reaches across the business faster, which increases ROI per Accenture's research by 7%. So now that we've defined interoperability and we understand the value You're probably thinking, yeah, but it ain't that easy. And that's true. It's not easy. It's not easy because today, more than ever, the number of choices available out there, from cloud-based applications to what AI to use to help in automation. I mean, and then once if you take too much time deciding, you've already moved on, right? I mean, the industry's already moved on, and so it is becoming quite complex, right? And the number of individuals involved in tech decision making has also expanded quite vastly, right, over the last decade or two. And so having more voices, having more choices naturally creates, more challenges when trying to create sort of the seamless interoperability within your firm. The survey continues to bring out some key points. It states 60% of respondents are held back from improving interoperability because they struggle to align their application strategy with overall business goals. It also states that 57% cite lack of buy-in from senior leadership, 44% lack a clear ROI or business case. That's where our finance people come in. And 34% believe interoperability is simply too expensive. Although, if you put together a real cost-benefit analysis and understand the future intrinsic value of having interoperability, more likely the face value is actually not that much. You're going to gain a lot more than you put in. So what's the solution, right? It's not easy, I know. I am going to bring on a CTO for the broader, longer podcast to talk about solutions all from SMB, small businesses, all the way to enterprise firms. The article lays out 3 key solutions that, I feel are quite simple to adopt. I know complex in, notion altogether, but strategically not too difficult to implement. The first is composable tech. This is so key. Custom software that can easily combine components. Ability to easily, it's just like playing Legos to me for a non-tech person. I apologize for anybody that's in technology and you're like, oh, there she goes again. Cloud-based solutions, we know that this is so important, right? The use of cloud to connect data and experiences across applications, creating one version of truth. And then I think, the third piece, which is so important because even in our highly tech world, we have to remember to bring our human to work, especially in our remote work environments. And bringing our human to work equates to meaningful collaboration. Focus on improving human connection with trust and skills. Continuous investment in training, empowering talent across the organization to make sound decisions. Companies with high interoperability are open to sharing data inside and outside the organization. That is why today, the explosion of industry insights, B2B voice to be heard in your specific line of business, and really sharing white papers and being on the forefront of innovation has become really important. I mean, I see this with Market Scale that's producing my podcast. They're enabling that for businesses. And I think it's a beautiful thing. The article states this really well, and I want to sort of touch on it. Decentralized data results in happier, more productive employees who can easily use company data to produce meaningful results, prepare presentations, comply with the regulations, or just simply collaborate on the same level with the right data. It also frees up a lot of, rework, misrepresentation. It creates trust. There's just so many, I would say, there's so much value to focusing on collaboration, on, decentralizing or decentralized data, and really creating synergies across the firm. I know we all know this, but in our sort of fast-paced tech world, it's getting challenged. So let's talk about my pick of the week. We just talked about why interoperability is important in today's fast fast-paced, changing environment. But it all starts with our leadership. I know, I've been posting about this, but I just finished the book this weekend. I was so honored to have Rajiv on my podcast. I have that linked below. Catch the episode. It was so good. But the book also talks about why it's so important, ever so important for leadership mindsets to shift as our environments are shifting. It is a perfect book to go with interoperability from a leadership perspective. It's a book you must grab. It leaves a lasting impression. It's a powerful guide of evolving leadership with our evolving society. And I just cannot speak any more highly of it. Definitely hone in onto Rajiv's insights and wisdoms. You will not be disappointed. All right, so we're gonna keep with our theme of being synergetic. And I will read a quote from Mr. Rajiv Kapoor from his book. Kapoor rule number 1. The right thing to do will eventually become the wrong thing to do. Always be innovating. As leaders, we sometimes go on muscle memory, automatically repeating business moves that we have worked on in the past with the assumption that they will continue to be effective. This is like trying to drive while constantly looking in the rear view mirror. You can't approach new challenges with old mindsets. Just remember that most companies and teams failed not because they did the wrong thing, but because they did the right thing for too long. Have an awesome and innovative week ahead, my friends. Cheers.